Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to Book Lover, a channel for book reviews. Today we are going to do a review of a very famous American classic. People do have views on this, whether this is an American classic or not. Some people think it's an American classic, some don't. We are talking about this book, To Kill a Mockingbird. This book was first published in 1960 and Penguin published it in that year. This book is set in the period of 1930s in America, in Macomb, Alabama. There is this little old village kind of setup, a place where development has not exactly reached. This story dwells into many aspects. This is kind of a painted house story. If you have seen or if you have read A Painted House by John Grisham, in which the story is told by the eye of a child, from the vision of a child. In this book also, we have a story being told by Scout Atticus. Scout Atticus, the name is Jean Scout Atticus. Scout Atticus is a girl child. She has a brother called Jem and a father called Atticus Finch. The story, a journey of a child during those times, very innocent. You like reading it. She has a friend called Dilly. Dilly comes to this place during his vacations. He, Jem and Scout, they, as usual, as like kids are there, they try to do recce of a place which is a little scary because there is one character called Boo Radley who lives there, and it is their journey where they try to understand what's going in school. Different kinds of characters. There are some children who come to school and then they don't come for the whole year. Why is it there like that? All those things. In between all those things, there is a serious topic that is being discussed, that is being told in the story. That is the case of Tom Robinson. Tom Robinson is a colored person. He is a Negro and he is being accused of raping a white girl. And this story takes you around all the trials and tribulations, all the pain, the sorrow, the grief, the life of black people during those times. America got independence in 1776, 4th of July 1776, 1776. And the first time the blacks could vote, the black men could vote, was after 94 years. So this book is looking at two more things apart from the life of children, life of people around them. How Atticus, who is a good father, tries to give good, he tries to be a good father by giving good knowledge and discipline, and he tries to make his son Jem understand why people are like that. Then story, there is a lady called California. She is a black woman herself, and she cooks at Atticus' place. Atticus gives her a lot of respect. The whole family loves her. It's a kind of story where they are trying to give you two aspects of a situation: the racial discrimination issue. At the same time, as we all know, that there are all kind of people, like there are all kind of shades of colors. Some people, you cannot club the whole society in one particular section, that this particular section is racial or this is not racial. There were people who went out of their way to help the blacks. There were people who discriminated a lot. So this story tells you about the story of a man who is being accused. He is married. Tim Robinson is married. But the whole book, on a large scale, looks into the life of children, their school, how the journey of Scout Atticus, journey of Jem, what happens to their lives when their aunt comes. So how do they see the neighborhood? How do they see the school? All those things. But the story of this particular innocent guy, the story is told in different pages. It doesn't go continuously. It initially starts at page number 84. The whole book is close to 309 pages. So first story starts in 84. You hear about the Atticus discussing this case. Then it goes to page number 126. Then it goes to page number 180. Then 224, and like that. You don't have the whole story going continuously. Then what happens to Tom Robinson when he is brought to the jail? Why? How does the court react? The whole court, there is a court discussion that is worth reading. The whole court decision speaks and tries to give you a view where Atticus, who is a lawyer, proves it beyond doubt that the person is innocent, but still he is being convicted by the jury. Then what happens? Then there is a suspense. What happens to that person? Does he survive? Does he die? This is the whole suspense. At the last, Atticus feels guilt for that he could not help more. Basically, it's a message that is being made to travel via the story of kids. If you're asking me how much time it took me to read this, I started reading this book on 30th of May 2026. This book, 30th of May 2026. And I completed it on 18th of July 2026. So it took some time. This is not that kind of book that once you pick up the book, you'll just try to complete it in one particular, like 1 week you will complete. It makes for slow reading and it is not exactly very interesting. So you take your own time, you read the whole book, you try to understand the story. Since it is an American story, I encountered close to 30 new words. Let me read out some new words. 26 new words, I'm sorry. Scout yonder, duck fluff, rocket merlin, hafta, entailment, hickory nuts, haint, little chuck little. So these are the words which I read for the first time. On a whole, this book is like not a waste of time, but it makes for slow read. If you like a book with a message, this is the book. It has a message. It tries to drive a certain point of view. It tries to say that there are good people, there are bad people, and there are people who go out of their way to help you. So it is their story. With this, we come to the end of this review. See you again. Bye bye and take care. We will be back with a new book.